Yes, boss. You see it, man. There's nothing good or cool, but yeah, there's nothing cool about snaking somebody, right? Now, you notice that the times that we live in, there's a lot of people that like to act like sliming somebody out or snaking somebody or backdooring somebody is cool. I'm going to tell you real, if you never understood this, being labeled a snake is nothing good, bro. I understand that it's popularized in the world. Like, example, look at rappers. Look at like Pooh Shiesty, right? Pooh Shiesty calls himself what? The main slime or all of that, right? Or what he said in a line from a song like his grandma told him keep the grass low the whole time he's a snake. He says this stuff and he says it very proudly. I'm gonna tell you something. If a person is known as being a snake, known to snake people, they believe in sliming somebody or backdooring somebody, you get away from people like that, right? And more so over, if a person takes pride in doing things like that, that just shows you that they're a lost soul, bro. If you feel comfortable or think that it's cool to snake or slime somebody out, I hope you still think it's cool when it's your time for it to happen to you. Because understand this, whatever you put out there in the world, you're going to get that back to you. Whatever you believe in or whatever you breathe life into, it's going to come out that way. You feel me? If you glorify and respect the streets and that's the lifestyle you love, that's what you respect or whatever you gravitate to, whatever you want to call it, right? That's on you. Whatever you put out there is going to come back to you. But to feel the need to slime somebody or backdoor somebody or be conniving across somebody and think that it's cool, that shows that your mindset is very screwed up, dog. That's not a normal mindset. Because something is glorified or praised in the world doesn't mean that it's something normal or that it's something like a badge of honor. It's just like example. I've used this example on my channel hella times before. You've heard people say, oh, well, I went to prison or I was in prison for this, that, and the third, and I did my time and there's no snitching. Do you notice that when people say they went to prison, they hold it up like, it's my badge of honor. You didn't go to prison? I did. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to be a person that glorifies the wrong things. You feel me? Because when you're deemed as a person who glorifies the wrong things, people can easily chalk it up that your judgment is clouded. Not only is your judgment clouded, but based on your decision making or the things that you believe in, you're going to be deemed as either probably a reckless person, a person who's not really trustworthy. When things are really important that needs like some serious discussion, people got to really leave you out of it because your mindset isn't there, if that makes sense. You feel me? It's just like in an intellectual conversation, are you going to invite somebody into an intellectual conversation that shows that they don't really have common sense? No. So that shows you something. That's something you're excluded from. So I use that as an example to explain why being a snake or sliming people out is no good. If word gets out that you snake people, you slime people out, you backdoor your friends, or you backdoor people who's not, it's not like they deserve it, you're going to build a nasty reputation for yourself, bro. Now, sure enough, some people are still going to want to rock with you. Some people may not. But when you're known to be a certain kind of way, you're going to block opportunities for yourself. Because people know you to be a certain way. Mind you, the examples I used when I was involved in music. O'Neal, I used to hear stories that O'Neal robbed a lot of people. But I used to really see it in full real time how that could hurt you down the line when it comes to music. A lot of people who we're supposed to work with did not want to work with us. Because why? We know about O'Neal. O'Neal's robbed a lot of people. He's robbed a lot of people. He could rob me next. So guess what? I'm going to cancel. I don't want to work with him. As much as you may talk that gangster stuff, you don't want to work with him, perfectly fine. It opened my eyes to see something. The same things that people will love you for, people will turn around and hate you for. How many people get love and respect for being a gangster, slamming people out, or being with it, or whatever the case may be? Now that people see, yo, you're really on that type of time, you're really a threat like that, oh shit, when it comes down to these certain things, yo, don't call that person. We don't need them to, rob anybody here. It's so funny that people use people for certain things when it's of benefit, but the time when it can be a little bit detrimental, we're going to leave you over there. You're a liability. We don't need you around right now. It's crazy, dog. It's the world we live in. But overall, being a snake, there's a lot of negative consequences that come to that. Now, I'm going to explain that. If people really know that you're a snake and you're playing that game with people who are undeserving, that's a quick way to barbecue your face, dog. Because rather than you doing things to people who are deserving, you're targeting the weak or targeting people who probably wouldn't harm you or probably wouldn't respond. That's deemed pussy. And there's a lot of people in life, that's how they've gotten to the next level. Let me aim after somebody who I know isn't deserving. Or let me target somebody, or let me go after somebody to see if I could study them. I think I can conquer this person. I think I could try this person. I think I could snake this person and there won't be anything to come of it. You're my next target. This is how stuff works. And I'm going to give you an example into that. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a friend group. Look at jobs, right? You ever been in a job dynamic or a job setting as to where you probably had a boss or somebody who was in some form of position of power and they use that power to pick on somebody at the job? It's like you're the scapegoat right now. Until you're gone, then we're going to find a new scapegoat. Or until you pass the hazing or you're a part of the Boy Scout Club, this is your role until we find somebody new. This is a game that some people play. Jobs play this shit. It's very weird. It's very stupid. It's very lame as hell, bro. If you know you have personal problems, deal with your problems. If you have things that you need to get taken care of, go ahead and take care of that. But to feel like, yo, with all of the problems that I have in my life, if I could just find somebody I could make a personal punching bag or somebody I could scapegoat or somebody I could snake and just put a bad name on them, all will be well. That shows you how dirty as hell human nature is. How dirty and foul humans are. There are some people who go to all type of extents to play these games so that they don't get found out. Why do you think I tell you the story about my mom and the story about O'Neal so much? Because I know what the consequences was. Because I chose to go against you or because I chose not to fall in line with your little game and I already learned your secrets, you gotta what? You gotta try and expose me in some form of way. But because you can't do that, you know what? Let me create false narratives. Let me tell stories about you. Let me spin the narrative and stir the pot so people look at you a certain kind of way. Because if people really know who I am at heart, oh shit, I'm barbecued. So in order for people to not want to really look at me, I got to cast blame on you, avoid accountability, and fry your face. If I put a bad reputation on you from now, guess what? Chances are people ain't going to what? They're not going to want to listen to you. We already deemed you. Nigga, you ain't solid. You're not real. You're not somebody of credibility. It's just like example, right? This is a story into the whole O'Neal thing. This is when I knew that there are people in the world who take their grimy games to a next level of calculation. O'Neal purposely told me this out of his mouth. Both hands to the sky, I could literally cut my skin and bleed on camera, dog. O'Neal says some of the best people, this is when I was learning him, dog. Some of the best people he liked to have friends with are people who are from the islands. You feel me? He said it as, oh, we from the islands, I'm Jamaican, or you feel like, island people, we get along better. Wrong. I found out the real reason as to why O'Neal does that. O'Neal told me the real reason as to why he befriends people from the islands or people that's not from America is because you're not up on beat about America. I could use you and swindle you, put a false narrative on you, and throw you away like you were nothing. This is the same shit he did to his co-defendant, Orlando. And that's when I start finding out, you're really afraid of your co-defendant. You just played a nasty game with him. He took a 10-piece for you, went to prison, and the whole time he was in prison, you just been bashing his name as he's a snitch. He's a snitch. Whole time you put money on his commissary. So you know what? Before anybody could look at you, Orlando, as somebody of credible or credibility, let me kill your credibility right now. So nobody's gonna want to listen to you. I already deemed you as a what? You're a snitch. People already look at me as what? Real. So they're gonna what? Listen to me. I was like, oh, that's how this game works. When I started learning that shit, I said, bro, I don't see how in the hell people would ever want to play in the streets knowing that that's how dirty and grimy it is. And there's no rules to it. That's one of the wickedest shit I ever seen in my whole friggin' life, dog. The mere fact that there are some people who feel like snaking somebody is absolutely cool, especially doing it to people that's their friends. Or learning about somebody, trying to study them, use them. Let me put a false narrative on you that I think would stick. And guess what? I'm going to run with it. Because people look at me as what? Real. This is why I tell people this shit all the time. Learn who you deem as real. Learn who you deem as a respectable person. There's some people who get a badge of honor as, yo, that person real and they solid. Why are they real and they solid? They can't give you a valid reason. You know that a lot of people get deemed real and solid because I went to prison and I didn't tell on anybody. Oh yeah, that's good enough for me. He's real, he's solid. And he's not in paperwork, he's solid. Because you're holding secrets for other people. You could barbecue anybody else. Why do you think when people go away, they say, yo, take your own time. Don't be out here trying to snitch on other people. You're the one who got caught. You handle that. You come home, guess what? You'll come home to some respect if you didn't what? Tell on us. So because you do your time, you went away, you never told on anybody of importance, or you never gave up anybody in your crew, you know what? We got to give him the respect of the title of respect now. He's real. He didn't tell on any of us. The people that really know, oh, we're of value. He didn't tell on us. So yeah, he's real. That's stupid. That's literally giving somebody like the badge of honor, keys to the city to wreak havoc. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to do whatever fuckery I want because everybody looks at me as what? Real. That's stupid as hell. That leads and opens the door for people once they gain that little power to seeing what they can do with that little bit of power that they've obtained in an unrighteous way. Let me slime you out. Let me snake you out. Give you a bad name. Let me screw you over. Let me rob you. Let me hurt you. I'm going to do this to you. You better not say anything. You getting slimed out too. There are people who have friend groups. This is another reason why I said I did not like O'Neal and I had to study this about O'Neal. O'Neal got away with a lot of things that he's done in life because he has a friend group that covers for him. Everybody's in on their own bullshit. We're in on the bullshit. We're in cahoots together. Like, you ever heard somebody say, oh, they in bed together? Yeah, all them niggas in bed together. I don't know if they doing it literally, but they're in bed together. Yo, you know I robbed this person? Don't say nothing. You know I snitched on this person? Shh, don't say nothing. They're all in cahoots together. That's why I could never really deem the streets as something that's credible, something that's worthy, an experience that, goddamn it, it's worth having. Goddamn it, it's worth going through. It's not. It's stupid. And there's no rules behind it. There's a bunch of people who play in a free-for-all game because they feel like, it's something that could work out for me. Let's see who plays the game the best. That's stupid, bro. So if you feel like snaking somebody, using the streets to snake somebody, doing harmful things to other people is cool, you're going to pay for that shit, bro. Look at how the streets is being clowned nowadays, dog. It's nothing of real respect. It's not what it used to be. Because why? It's been exposed for what it is. Fake. It doesn't serve a purpose to anybody. Only people who live fast. The streets can help you get to certain things, but guess what? It doesn't love anybody. It takes from people. How many people glorify the streets and have lost somebody close to them to it? Why are you still glorifying it? It's taking people away from you. You get what I'm saying? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I'm going to uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 440 for the world, man. Just understand this in life, bro. Snaking somebody is never cool. It's never been cool. Just because you see rappers say, oh, it's cool, or they rap about it in their songs doesn't make it cool. Backdooring people that would have been there for you, like your best friends or your friends, just to impress somebody, that's definitely not cool. There's a lot of things when it comes to snaking that's not cool, that it screams no morals, no values, no nothing, no ethics. So for you to go ahead and snake somebody and understand what it means to snake somebody, you're backdooring them. It doesn't necessarily have to really be like somebody close to you, but somebody that you pretty much have to have some form of dealings, knowings, ties to to go ahead and snake them. It's screwed up, dog. 440 for the world, man. Peace.